Hello. How are you? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you found me. I am Jenna Ross from Spiritually Savage Mindset Strategy Coaching. I am a psychic medium, card reader, channeler, and spiritual mentor and help coach, whatever it is that you like to call us. This would be a collective reading because I'm getting a lot of channeling lately, but I like the cards to kind of show you what I'm channeling and what's going on. So if you were drawn to this video for any reason, then there's something in it for you, even if it's just a word or a sentence or something that resonates with you. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you are looking for more focused help and a private reading, the link is below, and also you can talk to me about coaching on that too, if that's something you're interested in, helping with overthinking, listening to your soul, really hearing your guides, connecting with your intuition, you know, learning to deal with your gifts, learning what your gifts are, those kind of things are all things that I help with, learning to read tarot, all that kind of stuff. And also just processing and learning to deal with your everyday life. Everything in your life is connected to you spiritually. So if you are having a crisis in your life, it is a spiritual crisis because your soul leads you, and your soul is spirit. It is not physical. So everything in your life, health conditions, everything are rooted spiritually and rooted in your beliefs. When we say things like, you know, that it's too late for us, or that time has passed, that automatically sends a signal to our body that our time is over, and our body starts to react to our words. So when you are not processing trauma, your body will try to process it for you, which is exactly how we end up with some physical ailments that there are no cause for. So yeah, if you're having any type of crisis at all, and you feel like you need somebody to reach out and help to get to the root of that, I'd love to talk and see how I can help you. I am right now feeling very exhausted. I feel like we're in a very exhausting period of time right now. The last couple of weeks, a lot of things have surfaced, and a lot of things are, a lot of information from the universe is coming forward. The universe will bring you information when you need it, and only the information that you need. So when we get pieces of information, we're not supposed to react to them emotionally. We are supposed to go, that's interesting, and I might need that. It's kind of like when you're in a war and a messenger shows up and gives you a piece of information that you can't exactly use yet, or that you don't even know how it fits yet. You just take that message and put it in your backpack, and you go, that's a clue, and I'll use that when I can later. Okay, you don't have to sit around and not be involved in your daily life and just rack your brain and overthink about why you got that information or how it fits in. You go, all right, well, I'll use it when I can. And I feel like we are getting out of this really, we're in a really ungrounded place. Most people are not proactive in their life, they're reactive. When something comes up, you react. And they have not strengthened their mind, they've not strengthened their spirit, they're not sure in themselves enough to stay grounded when life happens. And what happens in those cases is we fly off the handle, we get angry, we respond out of emotion, and we do things that not only hurt other people, but hurt ourselves. So here's the thing. You have to know who you are, and you have to get to know you and what you stand for, and do those things no matter what. No matter what you feel like it cost you. No matter what the consequences are. I don't think I've talked about this. I did talk about it in a post on Facebook, but I don't think I've talked about it in a video. So if I have, please excuse me. I'll just, you know, you can skip ahead or listen again, whatever it is you want to do. I have a 9-year-old son, and I had company a couple of weeks ago, and my friends were here, and we were talking about a former mutual friend of ours. And she said to me, do you have bad feelings towards this person or about what happened? And I said, no, not at all. And she said, I didn't figure you did. I just was curious what your thought process was on it. And I said, listen, this person was vital to my journey. This person helped me in ways on my journey. She was there for me when I needed this person, and she connected me to things that needed to be connected. If it had not been for her, I would not have been exactly where I am right now. And I said, but even though she had ill intentions for certain things, or her intentions were her own personal, or she let her own projections and opinions get in the way, she was, she was used in the way she was meant to be used, and everything happened the way it should. And I'm so grateful for her part in my journey. And my son was sitting in between me and my friend as we were talking about this. And all of a sudden, he just burst into tears and covered his head with his blanket. And he said, and I was like, what is wrong? And he said, I told my friend that today that I didn't think we should be friends anymore. And he cried and cried. And I, as a mom, was like, why? What did he do? Like, what happened? Did something happen? And I'm asking him all these questions. And he said, no, I just felt like it was time. And, there was that human part of me. The programming is so strong, even in people who build it up, but you notice it. You have to be self-aware of it and fight yourself, fight your programming, because that's your ego. That's not spirit. That's anything that's fear, doubt, any of those things. That's programming. And so I said, that programming part fluttered up that was like, no, there can't be reasons for ending a relationship for no reason, And I said to him, are you sure this is what you wanted to do? You're the one that chose it. Why are you so sad? And he said, Mom, this is what my soul told me to do. Like, I'm not second guessing it. Don't try to cause me to second guess it. And I said, no. Like, I was just curious what happened. And he said, every day I listen to you tell people to listen to their soul and trust it. And if your soul tells you to do something, that's the only reason to do it. And he said, I'm not second guessing this. This is what my soul told me to do. So I messaged him and I told him that I felt like, that now was not a good time to continue our friendship, and that maybe we would meet again sometime. And I said, did he respond? And he said he did. And he said he understood that nothing lasts forever. And I thought, what an amazing testimony to the strength of human beings, that at 9 years old, my child could do that without second guessing himself. And that not only could he not second guess himself, but he could also say to me, listen, Mom, this is what you teach people, and this is what I've learned from you. Don't cause me to second guess, because this is something that my soul is urging me, and that's the end of it. And you need to understand that my child is homeschooled, so he does not have a lot of friends. He has, especially since the quarantine and stuff like that, he has very minimal, human friends, and so this is a person he's known for years. This is the person that he's built a relationship with, and for him to just cut it loose was a big deal to me and to him. And so you have to have that trust. And I thought, how amazing is he going to be when he gets older, since I nurture this every single day, and he's so strong in it even now that he doesn't second guess, and he knows himself that well and hears his soul that well, that he would just cut it off and say, I don't need a reason. My soul told me, and that was the reason. And as soon as it told me, I did it. And he went in and he said, and I blocked this person. I took them off of my friends list and stuff like that, on my Xbox and everything else, because there was no need for me to hurt myself. This is what I was asked to do, so there's no need to keep salting that wound every time that they log on or anything else. And I thought, wow, feel the strength that he shows. And it was really a testimony to me of not only what I'm teaching, but what I live every day. And also, not letting the programming, because the programming for me automatically was, it wasn't my soul that told me, so I should question him. We shouldn't question. And so right now, there's a lot of us that are not rooted like that. There's a lot of us that are not grounded. And I'm finding more and more people who are saying, I'm feeling insecure. I'm feeling like there's no stability. I'm feeling like there's no financial stability. I'm feeling like I'm not grounded. I'm feeling like I don't know my path. I'm feeling like I don't know my purpose. That is all root chakra stuff. We are feeling not safe. And we need to learn to ground ourselves in ourselves. We are our home. We are our foundation. We are our roots. And you need to be that sturdy. You need to be that stable. You need to be that sure. Because when you have roots into the ground, grounded, no matter what comes out at you, whatever storm, you are firm. You might lose some leaves. You might break some limbs. And you just let them go and keep on trucking. And that's exactly how we have to be. We have to not mind the storm. We have to mind the peace that's inside and the stability that's inside, and not let what rages outside touch us inside. Just keep walking. I'm one of those people that believes if your path leads you through hell, you walk through hell like you own the place. I've done it many times, and I think that it's a beautiful thing to be able to do in life. So let me draw a few cards and see what's coming in, what messages Spirit has for the people watching, and what can we do in this path to strengthen our roots, because we've got some weighty things going on in our society right now, in our beliefs and in our friend groups and in our personal lives. All right. We are going through a purification process. Purity. Can you guys see it? I know there's glare. It's because of the light. Because of the light, because of the light, because of the light. There we go. Purity. Going through a purification process, and here's the thing, is that most of your purification is done by fire. Purification is just, it's done by fire. You know, it's done by melting everything down, pressure. You know, it's never an easy process. I talked about pushing through today with a client. Pushing through. What if, you know, we viewed everything that was difficult in our life as something we needed to resist and not push through? I said, it's like birth. What if your baby felt that pressure and was like, nope, it feels like I'm not supposed to go that way. I'm just going to stop and stay here and sit. You're pushing against it. It's feeling the resistance. It's like, nope, I'm just supposed to stay here. It's too difficult. The resistance means the universe doesn't want me to do that. Bullshit. Push through. Because you come in with the pressure and the pain and the fear and the freak out, and you have to go through all that to leave with the reward. It's the same thing, because all of this is being done so that we can show ourselves grace. We need to learn that this is a process. We are not one step forward and 2 steps back. If you were pushing through and you were feeling that resistance, if you were feeling, you know, mental breakdown, messy, you know, the stress, the anxiety, all this stuff, that is not you having a setback. That is you pushing through. That's you trying to give the birth. It's not easy. You're not going to just walk through and be like, hey, here I am. You have to push through this programming. You have to push through your fear and your beliefs about what safety is and what the mission is. And, you know, the things that you have worked so hard to maintain, you have to understand that if the world fell down tomorrow, those things are not the things that you're going to be worried about. You know, if you've ever seen the show The Walking Dead, they are not worried about paying their mortgage. Nobody. They're not. They're not worried about whether their kids came home late from the football game. They're not. You know, they're not worried about their spouse and whether their spouse is cheating. They're not, because none of that matters. You know, and so when you start to look at different circumstances and understand that it's all about your perspective, that's what's important. And so it's about showing yourself grace and understand we're all pushing through. We're all pushing through. Because this is about expansion. We are expanding. We're upgrading, ascending, moving to a new consciousness, moving to a new paradigm. The old things are passing away, and the new is coming. So interesting right now as I talk to people about what they believe, and they understand that these things align with these things, but they don't get that these things are also aligning with these things. Cognitive dissonance. It's a thing. Look it up. You need to understand how you're having blind spots in your life and what those blind spots are shielding you from. What understanding, what recognition, what healing. You can't understand part of the truth and then not implement it in every area of your life, because you can't move forward until you start integrating that belief, and you don't really believe it unless it's integrated into every area of your life. So I would ask that if you're actually interested in your blind spots, ask your cards, ask your guides, ask your meditations, ask your soul. Find a guide, a mentor, hire somebody, talk to them, and ask them to help you identify your blind spots. It's very, very hard sometimes to identify them on your own. But let's talk about what the blind spots are in these situations right now and how to overcome them. Give me a word for, I feel like there's a word for somebody specific on this video. So if it's you, please reach out to me, because there's something specific trying to come through. And I don't know who it's for. I don't know if it's for somebody I know, if somebody I don't know, but there's a specific message coming through. And it may be a group of you, but I can feel there's at least one of you listening. So, all right. Reconnecting with your past. The Six of Cups is about nostalgia and reconnecting with your past. There's something that you left behind. Something that keeps resurfacing, or is surfacing now, and that you are refusing to embrace. It's something you want to embrace, but it changes your life in a significant way. And so you are resisting it because you are, I don't know if you saw the last video, but you're in love with your story. And I'm going to be real with you. Your story's not great. I don't even think it's that you're in love with it. I'm feeling more like it's comfortable. There's a difference between safety and comfort. Okay. You want your life to be, you want to be able to feel safe within yourself. Okay. But you don't want to be comfortable. Nothing growth or healing movement comes from being comfortable. You want to feel safe to proceed because you know that whatever comes your way is orchestrated. It is destined. It is, it's written. It's a plan. And you have to trust your soul and the universe to guide you, and that everything that happens is meant to happen for a reason. And that's where your safety needs to be rooted. That right there is that everything that comes, that's why you don't emotionally react to it. You can almost detach from it and look at it as a third party. Like, that sucks that that's happening. It's almost like you're watching your life in a movie. You step back from it and you go, oh my God, this is turmoil. And it sucks that that character is going through it. But I hope they learn what they need to learn from it. And I can't wait to see where this goes in the storyline. You can't be so entrenched in the story. But this person that's coming back, this thing from your past, person, thing, idea, whatever it is, it's you feel like it's threatening your way of life. But that's the whole point, is you're supposed to let go of the story that you're living. Because what's happened is you're in this phase where it's the Ace of Cups and it's reversed. So the Ace of Cups is like the arrival of inspiration, the arrival of love, the arrival of, here, let me pull it back like this. I can totally see it if I don't try to hold it forward. The arrival of new feelings, learning to open up to the prospect of love, learning to open up to new connections, new people, new vulnerability, new all this stuff. But what's happened is it's reversed right now. So because you're resisting this connection, it's causing you turmoil, and you're needing to nurture more self-love, more self-safety, more understanding you are your foundation, that these supporting characters that you've felt like were more important than you, you're latching onto them to keep your storyline the same, and it's getting stagnant. So you're repressing your emotions. You are pushing everything down and not dealing with anything. You're afraid to open up to the possibility of love because you don't really love yourself. And so you're afraid to open up to being close to somebody else. This is a person. This is a person. You are afraid of your life changing. You're not happy in your life. You're missing something. You're missing a lot of things, actually, but you're missing something. And that's this someone. So you've got to open up to the possibility of accepting love and receiving love. Because there have been relationships in the past, or you're currently in a relationship that is not... There is obligation. There is, you feel... I don't even want to say comfortable with this person, but you've been with them so long that you've lulled yourself into complacency. You feel like this is your person only because they put up with your bullshit. They enable you. They don't push you to change. They don't question you. They don't ask details or where you've been, what you've been doing. They don't snoop. They don't do anything. So it kind of gives you the freedom to just bullshit, and they kind of just let you do what you want. It's very, this person doesn't do that. This person wants you to see your own bullshit. They trigger you a lot. And so there's a real want to open up to the possibility of love. You felt like you were missing something before, but you kind of just dismissed it. But now you're feeling that longing. You feel it. It's like so strongly. You're in this place of the Four of Cups reversed. And the Four of Cups upright is missed opportunities, boredom, all this stuff. But your Four of Cups reversed is you focusing on the negative. You've given yourself a million different reasons why it can't work with this person. And all that tells me is that you've been thinking about it. You've been obsessing about it. You've looked at it from every angle, and you're arguing with your higher self, your soul. You're arguing with the universe, even though it's trying to nudge you that way. But it's saying, you're saying, no, I can't. Our beliefs are too different. Our lifestyle is too different. It's been too much time. I'm too damaged, or they're too damaged, or I'm in a relationship, or, it's a gentle nudge to just stop fucking settling. You're really rooted in the pessimism, because I'll be honest with you, even when you quote unquote say to yourself, no, it can never work because our beliefs are too different, or our life is too different, or whatever, or this is just lust, it's not love. Like whatever it is that you're telling yourself, when you tell yourself that, it feels empty. Like it hurts you. You keep going back to it because you don't want to hear that. And your soul doesn't want to hear it. So you're not convinced. That's why it keeps coming back up. You're not convinced. So you keep trying to convince yourself, and other people, by the way. other people are mentioning this to you, and you're saying, no, 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 it's not true. You know, that person's, you know, crazy or delusional if they're saying that this, you know, I'm crazy or I'm delusional if I've even thought about it. I would never even entertain the thought. I'm super happy where I am. You're saying all these things dismissively, but it's hollow. It's just to deflect so nobody else can see who you are. It's that whole wanting to avoid vulnerability and intimacy. It's hiding. And that's the problem is this person sees who you are inside. They see things and pull things out and know things that you hide from other people. And when you deny it with them, they just let you have your denial and they go, okay. And they go, I don't believe that, but okay. And so they, and you know they don't believe you. You know that they know you're full of shit, and that scares you. It scares you for people to really know you. It scares you for that vulnerability, because you have that feeling that if somebody knows you that deeply, if you can let your guard down like that, then they can hurt you. And so this is a protective measure. This is so you don't get hurt, just because you're afraid to be hurt. And you really need to look into that, because there's so many cups, there's so many emotions coming up that you're refusing to deal with or refusing to look at, and you're just trapped in them. I just want you to know, like, you're very ungrounded right now. We're working on the root chakra again. You're very ungrounded, and you're not grounded in yourself. You're not grounded in your own safety, because you are afraid they can hurt you, and you are not letting go of past drama, not wanting to look at your part in all of these things. You are rooted deeply in your faults and your shadow self and your shame and all the things you've done wrong, and telling yourself you don't deserve better things. And you know what I mean? Again, being in love with a stagnant story, being in love with this story that this is who you are, when you know deep down inside this is not who you want to be, or where you want to be, or what you want to be. But you feel like you've invested in this story for so long that you can't just let it go, or that's a failure, or that everybody will know that you're a liar, or that everybody will think a certain way about you. And I'm going to be honest with you, like, specifically whoever this message, if this is for a specific person, if you're feeling it, they already know you're a liar. They already know that you're hiding. They already know that you're not honest. They already know that they can't rely on you. They already know that you're not their rock. My guide says that they view you as a rock, but one around their neck. You're like an anchor. You're an anchor that's drowning them, not that's keeping them grounded. And so whatever it is that you fear, if you fear leaving because you feel, if you're in a relationship now and you fear leaving that person because you feel like you're going to leave them unruddered, they'll be relieved in the long run, because you're drowning them. You're a drowning person drowning other people right now. And so this is a weighty message. Like, I hope that you get this. I hope that you're self-aware enough to understand that I'm talking to you. Because you are trying to step into your divine energy. The universe is forcing all of these situations in your life right now to root you in who you actually are, because you are not being who you are. You are being called right now to come forth into your divine power, because you have a mission that only you can do. You're being called to do something that your soul was placed here on this earth to do. And you can't even hear what that is right now, because you've created so much chaos and so much drama and so much nonsense in your head and in your life. You were just being drowned by your circumstances. And this person came back into your life to awaken you and remind you of who you are. And you've resisted, incredibly resisted. And it's time now. It's really time to get to know you and to let go of this old story, because this story is not going to, it's not going to loosen up. It's not going to get better. It's the pressure is not going to come off. More and more pressure is going to be coming onto you, because again, we're back to that purity card. The purity, you are being refined by fire. You are being refined by pressure. Diamonds are created by pressure, and all of the things just crushing down on them. And that's what's happening with you right now, is your life is crushing down on you. And you have been sent someone who is a sign that that what you asked for, you've asked for this many times, that you wanted more, that you wanted that you wanted to find what you were missing, and now you found it, and you're fighting against it. So step into your character and let go of your story, because there is an amazing story trying to unfold for you, but it's not the life that you're living now. It's completely different, and you're going to have to let go of all of that. That's a weighty message. My gallbladder is hurting. Your gallbladder is your control center, and I can desperately feel that whoever this particular message was for, has been desperately trying to get control of their emotions, desperately trying to hold themselves together, and it's time to just let go and trust, and be your authentic self. Say what you need to say and be done with it. Again, I have my links below, so if any of you need to talk, please hit me up, and I'll see you tomorrow.